Hey, what's up, everybody? Gonna do a classic rock reaction, man. This is Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin, this is a live show in Seattle, 1975. One of the better quality bootlegs, is my understanding. So first, shout out and a thanks very much to Finesse Muse. Finesse sent me this link, man, and he broke it up in reactionable portions for me, considering the fact that I got to try and see if I can get a bit of this up onto YouTube. So he's broken it up for me a little bit, and hopefully some of the parts will catch, if not all, hopefully. Failing that, for those of you who have Vimeo, or you want to go to my Patreon, it's public on my Patreon. You know, regardless of if you're a subscriber or a patron, just go to my Patreon, check out the public page. There you go. It's always public. Anyway, man, hey, so I'm looking forward to this, man. This is right on the heels after Earl's Court. And what I want to do is I want to, of course, with these live shows, is just look for the subtle changes, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know, of course, it's always good mostly, and just kind of get a feel for their growth progression, that sort of thing, kind of put myself in place. Kind of like if I was a roadie of theirs or something, and I was just following in behind and just witnessing this great walk of this excellent band, and it was my task to retell their story through the annals of time. This is how I want to kind of follow Led Zeppelin, you know, so being as close to it as possible is really cool that way. So bootlegs included, man. I know some people are opposed to bootlegs, but hey, if it's got some decent quality, why the hell not, right? It doesn't always have to be the official shit. So what I'm going to do here is Finesse has sent me kind of like an intro, two sources, one from collectorsmusicreviews.com, and this is kind of like an intro to the concert, and then after I'm going to read a review by reddit.com. It's a little bit different than my typical Wikipedia. I haven't looked, but I doubt that Wikipedia has information about the Seattle show. I will look though, just so that some people don't jump on my ass if I'm wrong. Alright, so let me just read real quick this little intro. It's just a paragraph and a half, and then we'll hit the shit, man. So this is the intro. collectorsmusicreviews.com, Seattle Center Coliseum, Seattle, Washington, Friday, March 21st, 1975. Well, it's finally here. Empress Valley Soundboard Revolution delivers the incredible second night in Seattle on Led Zeppelin's 1975 American tour in amazing soundboard quality. After months of anticipation and more than a few delays, we can finally put the concert on our players and listen to what, for many, including myself, thought they would never ever hear. For me, the second night in Seattle is a must-have recording. It's the cornerstone to one's collection, and just as important as the Fillmore West April '69, Blueberry Hill September 1970, Vienna March of '73, or the LA Forum in June 21st and 23rd in '77 recordings. It's just that damn good. We all know the story. The rocky start to the '75 tour found the band not in the best of shape, but there were always inspiring moments in even the most average of the shows. The more they played, the better they got. So much that by the time the band hit the West Coast, they were starting to fire on all cylinders. The concerts were very long, incredible, heavy, and full of self-indulgent posturing from the entire band. For me, this is what I love about the tour. And you're gonna have to forgive me. I'm not sure who is speaking here. I was trying to look to find who it was. Maybe it's the person that's actually the webmaster of Collectors Music Reviews. Anyways, man, that is the intro. So the last thing, oh man, it just slipped my damn mind. I want to get onto this so quick. What the hell was I gonna say? There was something else. Yeah, I have already reacted to Dazed and Confused from this Seattle show as part of my Dazed and Confused Open Challenge, daring any of you who think that you can match or surpass the quality of the song remains the same version of Dazed and Confused. To me, that's the measuring stick. So I've got an open challenge. You send me your version of Dazed and Confused if you think that it happens to be well, just as good but better. I'm looking for better, if there is such a thing. So far, it's the standard. Anyways, I will not be including a reaction of that in this lineup because it's already been reacted to. So just check out my Dazed and Confused challenge. If you don't see it on YouTube, then you know by now, go to my other platforms. It's on there. All right. Enough damn talking, man. Do so much talking, I should start an editorial. All right, man. Let's hit this up. So, there's going to be a few pauses, like I said, just to accommodate YouTube and also to accommodate my butt from going to sleep. So let's hit this up, man. Seattle, March 21st, 1975. Let's get it.
Please no lighted material when we start the show because they'll turn on the house lights. And we've been here a long time setting up this show and we don't want it interfered with tonight with the house lights. It ruins the lights, so please, no lighted matches. And there's no smoking on the floor. So please think about the others around you. And for those people who maybe don't have a seat that they want, there are some good seats behind the stage because when the house lights go down, you're able to see through. So do those few things for us and we'll have a nice long show. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, the American return of Led Zeppelin.
I've actually come to value listening to it as much as watching a live performance. I wasn't on board with audio at first. How the West was one on BBC changed my mind. Come on, lads, play that shit. Sound checking. It's as if they're incorporating a little bit more of a dance groove in it. You notice that? I bet you everyone's dancing already. I'm talking too loud, aren't I? I got this shit cranked up. Sick again. Doesn't it have a kind of like a rebellious groove to it? Rolling Thunder. Quality's pretty good. I got a question, an observation. I just have to ask you this once we take a break. That was powerful. This is a song that you see. You remember Walking Tall?
Seattle, good evening.
This is a song that would be playing in the background.
Good evening. Well, we went across the border. It was all right, but it's much better back here. And
I got a question
and
about
that's no
that
lie.
too.
That's the truth.
They
What we intend to do tonight is to relieve our physical pent-upness on stage, and then to relieve it later on after the gig elsewhere. Now the thing is, what we intend to do is to try and give you a cross-section of what we've been trying to produce and write over the last 6.5 years. As you know, there's the material varies greatly, and so you will appreciate that we take it from one extreme to the other. And what better way to start than to gaze out onto the horizon and see what tomorrow may bring.
I'm making notes. I got questions.
Hey ladies, you got the love I need. Maybe more than enough. Oh, darling, 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 walk a while with me. Oh, you got so much, but I need so much. I have to have so much.
He's pitching for a date. He doesn't have a date set up yet. Listen to that sexy bass work. I really love how they can just stretch the hell out of the song and then bring it down. Just like that. Excellent. Whisper to the Thunder. This song is such a good representation of that phrase.
Thank you very much. Well, you probably heard that one before, yeah? There's one demand that I'd like to make, apart from that you enjoy what we're doing, and that is that you don't sway around too much at the front because somebody might get hurt, okay? I've seen it happen and it's very gory. In England we have soccer matches where the same sort of thing happens. Only the soccer is terrific. Right, now, it came to pass that after 18 months of sitting down on our backsides, forming swan song records and messing around generally, we finally managed to put a record into the shops, Physical Graffiti, which you might be. Once again, a lot of variations in music, and we intend to give you... We intend to give you some of that tonight, if we got any left.
Very personable. I think that was Bonzo in the back. this might be the first time some of them are hearing this song.
Got to let go.
I'm still visualizing my dad's face when I played him this after the original and the Bob Dylan version, and then I played this. These guys are the kings of riffs, man. That bass is slanging. It's all good. John Bonham.
Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Oh my Jesus. Oh my Jesus. Oh my Jesus. Hear me, Jesus. Oh my Jesus. Oh my Jesus. Oh my Jesus. Jesus. My Jesus. Ooh, yes. Please, Lord, yes. Hear me talking to you. I said, please, Lord, would you make it my dying, dying, dying bed?
Wow.
Thank you very much. That was taken from, we were inspired, should we say, from something that came from an old work song long time ago, before they started putting music down on pieces of paper in the south of the North American states.
All right, guys. Let's stop there, man. And then we'll come back and take up from where we left off. This will be my point break. Try and see if we can kind of break them up in segments. Get it on up to YouTube. Funny enough, man, taking all this care to try and break things up, and hopefully one part will make it on up to YouTube. And it's funny, earlier today I uploaded, or I just, on a careless whim, tried uploading the entire body of the reaction for Earl's Court onto YouTube. YouTube's not allowing it to be uploaded in parts, but it took the whole damn thing. I'm sitting there and I'm looking at this and I'm waiting for it, right? I refresh the page every couple of times, just waiting for it to get blocked. And as far as I know, 8 hours later, it still sticks. It's weird, man. I will never understand the YouTube algorithm. So anyway, hey, I'm gonna do it this way because breaking it up has always been a little bit more, it's got a higher success rate. So I'm just gonna continue to break it up, but I will actually remember to upload the entire body of the video just to, see what happens. Anyway, that's my update on YouTube and breaking up. That's why I break it up like this, take frequent breaks and, have point breaks for the video and editing. All right, man. Hey, I got 2 questions, man. First off, Robert was saying something about they went over the border and it was just all right, but they're happy to be back in the States. I know that they went to Canada, and I heard that something happened, some crazy ass hassle happened, and they never returned. What was that? What happened? Do you remember? Can you tell me? I just heard about it in passing. It must have been through the comments or something. What happened in Canada that caused them not to go back? Answer that for me. And then secondly, just an observation that I've been making, I often say that, the Led Zeppelin walk for me is appreciation, but it's also turned into a science of sorts. And funny, I've been doing these reactions more than 2 years, and it's only occurred to me now. What the hell? What's occurred to me is that these guys, Led Zeppelin, they were always on top. They've always had a measure of success. I know that the foundation for their great success was paid for and laid by Jones having so much session time, Page having so much session time, and the other 2 members, the young guys, Plant and Bonham, they came up a little bit, but collectively as a unit, they've always been on top immediately. I mean, the way they got together to fulfill the contractual concert obligations for the Yardbirds. I mean, the Yardbirds were already a very, very strong household name. And so going off of that momentum, they already had a great fan base and a crowd, gathered. So it's just a matter of, okay, we are Led Zeppelin and this is how we sound and we're going forward as Led Zeppelin. So they had an audience all the time. They basically hit the road running, being very, very successful. They didn't have to spend years and years on a band, on the road, doing local gigs and all of these different things that a lot of bands have to do to lay that foundation, and then you get your chance. They came out of those gates hard, but correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know enough about their early years, but as far as I can tell, I mean, here they are doing these major ass concerts already in 1970. They got together in late '68. and they were already doing big concerts, right? Yeah, you know, they had their Denmark intro TV thing, but yo, from that they were just they just blew up. Am I right? Am I right about that? That's, I don't know, that's just come to me listening to these live concerts, and it just occurred to me, damn, from the BBC, what was that, 69? They already had a serious amount of success and notoriety. You know, from the time they started, you know, it only took probably a few months for the word of Led Zeppelin to get around, and then they were packing arenas, man. That's just my observation. If you want to add a little bit more color to that, please do. All right, man. So, my ass is starting to fall asleep. I got to get more coffee and booze, and then we'll come back, and then we'll continue, man. So, digging this so far. It's a really, really good quality bootleg. I love the energy of it. They're playing strong. Yeah, great sound so far, man. So, all right. I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. Peace. Okay, everybody, here we are, man, back again. So let's continue with Seattle. Really digging the sound quality, even though it's a bootleg. It's got really excellent sound, man. You can't ask, it doesn't get much better than that. So it's all good. Fantastic so far. Like I said earlier, I had this, I don't know, preconceived notion that I should do all live stuff first, video stuff, but I definitely had a change of heart once I hit BBC and then How the West Was Won. So here we go, man. It's all got to be heard. Let's get it.
This song has a different story altogether, this next one. It relates to our travels and our voyages and experiences with all kinds of people in all kinds of situations. We always find that we end up having a very nice time after the initial confrontation. Whatever language, whatever creed, whatever guitar, whatever road manager. Did I tell you about Raymond? Poor Raymond's working with us with a broken leg. Raymond Thomas from Scotland with a broken leg. A broken leg!
It's a team player right there. Shout out to you, Raymond.
Poor Raymond. Anyway, so what I was saying, the song remains the same.
This is one of my favorite songs performed live. The song remains the same. It's as if John just lost Jones there for a minute. Great bass work. Great everything. It's as if Bonham tries to outdo himself every time. What a beast. I really love how it goes right into the rain song. It's a great pairing. I actually like this pairing more than Heartbreaker, Living, Loving, Made. Yes, I said it.
It is the springtime of my loving, the second season. I am to know you are the sunlight in my growing, so little warmth I felt before. To feel me glowing, can you feel it? I watched the fire that grew so low.
Shout out to George Harrison, my favorite Beatle, for inspiring this shit. rest in peace.
It is the summer of my smiles. Flee from me, keepers of the blue. Speak to me only with your eyes. Oh, it is to you I give this tune. It isn't hard to clear to all from time to time. Oh, yeah. These are the seasons of emotion
that made me decide.
And like the wind, they rise and fall.
To start from the beginning.
This is the wonder of devotion. I see the torch we all must hold. People, this is the mystery of the closure.
Fantastic. This song has so much meaning to me personally. I've told you about it before, but
It is the summer of my
I'll tell you more
smiles.
later.
It should be the summer of everybody's smiles, right?
Absolutely.
Even our friend here who plays the mellotron, John Paul Jones on mellotron. John Paul Jones. Mellotron is a very easy way of carrying around a 36-piece orchestra with the aid of tapes and good evening. John Paul Jones is a very easy way of being an orchestra. And to prove this, he's going to play in the standard Middle Asian Eastern style of violin playing on this next piece. We'd like to dedicate this to everybody who we've met in Seattle this time who's been a groove and a gas. And we didn't really meet enough people either. At least of the right gender. This is called Kashmir.
Visualize the crowd dancing.
thoughts inside a dream. Who hears the band that led me to this place? Yellow desert stream. My Shangri-La beneath the summer moon will return again. Pure as the dust that blows behind you, moving through
so solid behind that drum kit. Barnabas. Steady thunder.
Oh, not a word I heard could I relate. Story was quite clear. Whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Not a bad job, being that they don't have the studio. It's good work on drums. Excellent. Crowd loves that. It's got to be a favorite in concert. Would you say in the top 5? What's your top 5 favorite Led Zeppelin concert songs? Let me know that. You know my number 1 already.
Is this an Elvis Presley show or what?
Hi, everybody.
That last song holds great significance for us, really, because Kashmir is a place we haven't been yet. So if we can write a song about it before we get there, what happens when we get there?
Hope you like it when you get there. All right, let's pause for a bit, Joe. Excellent. This is a great sounding bootleg. And of course, you know, I had a little bit of reservation and worry, but not much. You know, I've come to trust the Led Zeppelin fans. Some are a little crazy and irrational, but most, when you say, hey, this is a great sounding bootleg, the quality is on it, I had no doubt, really. I didn't. So yeah, and great sound, man. This is as good as any bootleg can sound, for sure. So what I'm gonna do here, man, point break for bathroom break, top up my sugarcane rum infested coffee, and then we'll come back and then continue. All right, point break for hopefully, fingers crossed that some of this will make it up on YouTube. I'm not expecting all of it, you know. We just really got lucky with Earl's Court, and check that shit out, man. 24 hours later, it's still up. We'll see what happens with this one. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. Peace. Okay, everybody, I'm all topped up, ready to go, man. Just so you guys know, just a reminder, I am not going to react to Dazed and Confused in this particular lineup, this particular concert. Reason being is that I did a Dazed and Confused challenge last week, and so you can go and you can actually look for that particular reaction, but it's not going to be mixed in with this particular concert footage, okay? Just so you guys know. You can go check out my other platforms. I'm not going to drop that V word too often, because I know that the YouTube algorithm will flag me and possibly give me a community guideline strike. So if you're new to my channel, checking out my Led Zeppelin reactions, ask all the other subscribers what the V word means. It's a different platform where you can find my reactions in full, or you can go to my Patreon platform, and it's public on my Patreon. But I can't drop that V word too often. I've been doing that, so I don't know, maybe they've got a quota of, okay, once he says that 10 times, then we're going to give him a community guideline strike. I'm not sure, so I don't want to take any chances. All right, so let's hit this up and continue, man. I'm digging the hell out of this bootleg. Great sound quality. Let's get it.
And song now of another journey, a journey with more somber intonations, I think. This features once again the nimble fingers of John Paul Jones. Got it together, Bunker. This is a song about a journey where there can be no quarter.
No quarter, no mercy.
This is a song about a journey where there can be no quarter.
They can dip their toes in just anything, can't they? piano in rock and roll. What do you think? Do you think they would have handled jazz well? Yep. They would have mastered jazz. Jazz rock like Santana, Little Steely Dan. back the exchanges between the piano and the guitar. Taking the solo lead. Shit just isn't fair. These guys have too much going for them. A classic piano, a concert in itself. That shit is cool.
Walking side by side with them, the devil mocks their every step. Snow drives by, the foot that's slow, yeah. Ducks do howl and Every news was gets to feel the trail for the oh, this is a fair.
Zeppelin song. It's funny how I got it categorized. This is my second favorite Led Zeppelin song in concert. So all this time right now, Jones is playing both the piano, organ, and foot pedals. Beautiful. That was great, man. Page's guitar solo is great in this.
John Paul Jones, grand piano.
Jones. This is his song.
We met a guy, another Englishman in New York who various members of the rock and roll hierarchy have decided to call the incredible shrinking man. Mr. David Bowie, wherever you are, I've got your hat. Now, as I said to you before, we didn't do any gigs for 18 months. We all sat at home and ate chocolates and watched the TV and tried to see what it was like to be straight. Didn't work. And since then, we've embarked on this tour of the United States, which has been fantastic, really good. We found out that everything we thought we could do before, we can do better now. You see. Well, unfortunately, music-wise, if we were to try and prove that every night, we should be under doctor's orders constantly and would have no time for anything else but music. And you must have other interests when you're on the road, right? You understand that? Anyway, there's one song that we've done twice in I suppose, since we got ripped off for all that bread in New York ages ago. Because we really dig playing here, and for no other reason, we're going to do it again now. Yeah. I don't think anybody else in the band knows about it yet. Just a little bit of change in... Sorry about that, John. And this, you see, right on the spot. It could be Louis Louis, but instead it's a thing from the third album that... Since I've Been Loving You.
My favorite Led Zeppelin song.
11 every night. Ooh, yeah, it really makes life a drag. Don't you know it, people? And you know that ain't right. I'm flipping the best of foods. Yeah. Did what I could, yes I did, and I always will do. Oh, I love you more. Yes, I love you, baby. Oh, I love you. Yes, I love you. Baby, since I've been loving you, yeah, I'm about to lose my word mind. I ain't never gonna lose my mind. Everybody trying to tell me that you didn't mean me no good, no good, no, no. But I tried. Trying to do the best I could. I've been looking. Oh, baby, to live. Love is a drag, war is a drag, money's a drag, give is a drag. Baby, since I've been loving you now, I'm about to lose my worried mind. Don't make me lose it. Oh no.
Do you think this is one of the best guitar solos in rock and roll?
I've been crying. Oh, my tears, they fell like rain. Don't you see them falling? Don't you see them falling? See my
But is there another Led Zeppelin song with as much passionate delivery?
Well, nobody expected that, least of all us.
Which Led Zeppelin song do you think matches this one?
That's what it's all about.
Passionate delivery. Let me know.
I got a cobra snake for a necktie.
All right, man. Point Break. Let's pause there. For the benefit of YouTube, hopefully a couple of parts will make it up, if not the whole damn thing. Fingers crossed that just at least something in this particular series will make it up. You never know with YouTube, man. But man, I'm drinking a lot of this shit. I'm starting to get drunk. So I was going to mention to you guys, and I've mentioned it in the Earl's Court video, how important certain songs are to me from Led Zeppelin. The Rain song is one. You know, not only does it hold great significance coming and being inspired by George Harrison's advice, as well though, I remember that I was very determined to make sure that my classic rock channel does not get turned into some sap fest, some sappy ass, corny ass love songs and ballads and all of this shit. And I said, and I warned everybody, I told everyone from the get, do not approach me with sappy ass love songs, devotionals and all that. It's got its place, but not on my classic rock platform. And I really had a really, well, you know, by that time I was bitten by the Led Zeppelin bug. And then when we got to the Rain song, I was saying to myself, yo man, I don't know about, I still didn't really understand the difference between love songs and ballads, you know what I mean? But if you're gonna do a power ballad, it's the Rain song. Sorry, I should have said that right after the Rain song segment, but it was still trailing in my mind, so I had to just put that in somewhere. Anyway, listen, I'm gonna take a break. When we come back, let's continue, and I gotta talk myself up a little bit, hit the John, and I'll see you in a minute. Peace. Okay, y'all, let's continue, man. We are doing Led Zeppelin, Seattle, 1975. Bladder is empty, booze is full, or coffee is full, rather, and we're ready to go. This is a great bootleg. Good quality, nice and clear. Finesse Muse warned me that there'd be a few little spots of fading, but that's to be expected, man. It's all good, brother. Let's get it.
A lot of distinguished people in the wings tonight. Mr. Peter Grant, known as Panama Pete to the Seattle
Peter
Police.
Grant,
Panama Pete.
the fifth member of Led Zeppelin.
Peter Grant. Sorry, Peter, you didn't go down too well. I got a friend called Lou whose birthday it is today. Lou, happy birthday, Lou. Got a guy who plays the drums who kicks the shit out of everybody when he's drunk, John Bonham.
I heard that John Bonham punched Robert in the face once and says, "You're not good for anything except shaking your ass on stage."
I got a song from Physical Graffiti to
Can you imagine?
to make your toes curl
If
up.
Robert had
it's
quit?
a song related to the motions of a motor car, which really is all about ladies like you, my dear. It's called Trampled Underfoot. And long may we trample.
This is a total track for dancing, man. I remember one of them saying that they're proud of the fact that they're a jam band. And unlike a Sabbath or a Beach Book concert, you'll see people dancing at a Led Zeppelin concert. Who was that? Was that Jones? He said he's very proud of that. This is a total song for dancing. You know what's strange about Led Zeppelin? Other than any other band, in other bands, I have my favorite. Stop. It doesn't change. These guys, my favorite, changes on a daily basis based on what I'm listening to right now. Yesterday, Page was my favorite. Today, Jones is my favorite. And it just keeps rotating. Do you guys find that? Or do you have your token favorite that's locked? For me, it changes. But if you put a gun to my head to just choose one and stick with one, it would be Page. He's the visionary, you know what I mean? Is there anybody else like John Bonham out there? Like style, the thunder. It's something when a drummer is so prominent in the lineup of the band. I notice him more than I notice even Keith Moon. That's saying some shit. I wish I could see what the crowd is doing, especially on the floor. I love the hell out of it. I love when he does that. Switching out his lyrics. It's a mental exercise for me. That's from Gallows Pole. I might be wrong. They can just go anywhere. Right on. It's a good song to get everyone moving.
With just a little bit of Gallows Pole thrown in.
I was right, baby. You shouldn't doubt yourself, man.
I think this concert has the right vibes for a good time, yeah? No pretense, everything is just straight on the level. It's really nice, really feels good. Our wishes and heartfelt sorrow go out to Benji Lefebvre, who's suffering from a social disease at the moment. Poor Benji. Don't forget to pop into the clinic in California. Panama Pete's still in the wings and we're still here. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you John Bonham, Moby Dick. Our wishes and heartfelt sorrow go out to Benji Lefebvre, who's suffering from a social disease at the moment. Poor Benji. Don't forget to pop into the clinic in California.
This is the second time this bootleg has kind of overlapped.
Panama Pete's still in the wings and we're still here. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you John Bonham, Moby Dick.
You know what I visualize when I'm listening to Moby Dick? I bet you this brother gets up at like 4:30 in the morning, leaves the family area, maybe goes into the garage or wherever his studio is at home, and he hits the skins for a couple of hours. Does this on a daily. Bet you. People, those of you who were around to see Led Zeppelin, we had it good. You guys had 3 hours of range and variety. You had a concert piano infusion. You had a psychedelic bow. You had a drum solo. Classic old-fashioned rock and roll and jam that you can dance to, also like a party jam environment. Yo. Some of you old cats who are around to see Led Zeppelin, who've actually seen Led Zeppelin, let me know who you are. Tell me about it, where it was, where and when. Pops was starting to say that this is one of his biggest regrets in music. He ran with a crowd of influence that really never embraced the hard side of rock. So he never got a chance to get acquainted with Led Zeppelin back in the day. And he was around to see him. fella. Can you imagine if he had taken that to heart? That stupid jazz club owner telling him that he'll never amount to anything because he only has one dimension in his drumming, some shit like that. Just lost a little audio there, I think. There it is. It's almost like thunder, man. I gotta turn this down. Those drums are just going like this throughout each ear. Are you guys wearing cans with me? It's darting back and forth from one ear to the other. What are these drums he's playing? It really gets to your ears. It must have been like this at the venue. Just the sound traveling all over. That's making me wince like hell. I gotta turn this shit down. If you're not listening to this part, these drums, whatever they call, with earphones on, you've got to go back and put your jams on and listen to this shit. It's just like in a continuous loop, going from one ear to another. You'll see what I'm talking about. It'll make you wince.
Moby Dick! Moby Dick! Tonight on the Johnny Carson Show, well, that was too much.
Very
Is
personable
everybody
frontman.
enjoying themselves?
There's a lot more to Robert
Mr. Page
Plant
is having a fit.
than just singing and shaking his ass around like John Bonham said to him. Very, very personable. Talks to you like you're having a conversation. Very relaxed, that's good. It's more value added to Robert Plant in my eyes. All right, folks, let's take a break from that. I'm going to top up and hit the heads for a bit. That's sailor talk for bathroom. And then we'll come back, man, and I'm just going to go to Finesse Muse's list here. Yeah, he broke it down for me in like half an hour to 45-minute portions for the benefit of YouTube and the point breaks here. So it looks like it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different videos for the benefit of YouTube. It'll be one complete video on my other platforms, but for YouTube's sake, it's going to be 6 different videos. We might get lucky again, like I said, with just like with Earl's Court, but we'll see. So, yeah, point break here. We'll come back and then we'll continue. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, y'all, we're back. So we're skipping Dazed and Confused, like I said earlier. If you want to catch that particular piece, it's like 42 minutes long. Check out my other platforms, okay? And you know me, I can't say the V word too much. So let's skip Dazed and Confused along this lines, and I think the next one is yeah, Stairway to Heaven. Let's get it. Stairway, your favorite Led Zeppelin song?
There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, and she's buying the stairway to heaven. And when she gets there, she knows if the stores are all closed, with the word she can't get what she came for. She's buying a stairway to heaven. There's a sign on the wall, but she wants to be sure, 'cause you know sometimes words have two meanings. In a tree by the brook, there's a songbird that sings. Sometimes all of our thoughts are misgiven. You know what I mean, people? And it makes me wonder, yeah.
first time you heard this song? What did you think?
And it's whispered that soon, if we all call it true, then the piper will lead us to reason, and the new day will dawn for those who stand on, and the forests will echo with laughter. Everybody remembers laughter. But I got told some good news, people. If there's a button in your hedgerow, don't be alarmed now. It's just a sprinkling for the May Queen. Yes, there are two fires you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on.
I saw
I hope
Jimmy
so.
Page interview of how this song came about. I loved it. Evelyn, you're the shit. Thanks for sending me that link.
Don't it make you wonder? Wait a minute. Your bed is unfair. I don't woke up wishing I you to join in. Dear people, can you hear the wind blowing? And did you know
I think so far that's the longest stairway I've listened to. Let me know if you know my Led Zeppelin reactions. Confirm that for me. I think this is the longest stairway I've listened to. Great guitar solo to me. Crowd loves that.
Seattle, you've been great. Thank you very much. We've really enjoyed ourselves. Thanks a lot. Good night.
Was it 2 nights in Seattle? No, I remember that night.
That's the hammer of the gods. Good evening!
Next night. The hammer of the gods.
The fishing wasn't as good as usual, but hang on a minute, there's something to be said here.
2 years ago when I started this Led Zeppelin walk, I thought Hammer of the Gods was a song, but I couldn't find it. Some your cues there, Robert. It's amazing how they can just infuse things. It's the only time I like the French man. It's live.
I want to tell you about my good friend. Oh, I ain't disposing no name, but she sure is a good friend. I don't know where she comes from, but if I do, I know she won't come again. Ain't gonna, ain't gonna.
I'm visualizing James Brown doing his famous shuffle and spin.
Open up a newspaper and what do I see? See my girl.
I'm sure he has something to say about this too, man.
People when she walks, she walks. Oh, baby, when she talks, she talks. And when she looks me in the eyes, she's my baby, never I don't want. But wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, ain't gonna. Oh. Excuse me. Will you excuse me?
It's funny as hell.
I'm just trying to find the bridge.
feels like a completely different song to me live. Nice bass work. I think my favorite thing about Robert Plant, especially in concert, is just switching out the lyrics, making them fit, pointing all of these different phrases from different songs. That's great bass work, man. Where would Led Zeppelin be without the two drums? Bass work is killing me, man. So far, this version of Whole Lotta Love, in my opinion, is just as good as the song remains the same. We might have to have a playoff reaction where you guys cast your votes. Let's see how the rest of it plays out. Still in friends mode. That psyched me the hell right up right there.
Hey, mama said the way you move, gonna make you sweat, gonna make you groove.
They go right into black rock.
I said the way you swing, gonna make you burn, gonna make you sting. I die when you walk that way, but you honey drip, I can't keep away. My feet. I just shine, burning rain, dreams of you all through my head.
This being their second day, their playing is a lot more tight and cohesive, more on point, don't you think?
Take too long, I found out what people mean by down and out. Took my course, still telling her friends she's gonna be now, I don't know, but I've been told a big leg woman ain't got no soul.
This is a big difference compared to the previous day. They went home, had a good night's sleep, partied a little bit, Maybe Robert found that date he's looking for. Whatever they did, it's really sharpened their mind.
Need a girl to hold my hand. Won't tell me no lies, make me a happy man.
I think Jones lost his footing there. It's like they're improvising and just making up as they go along, or they lost their footing. Namely Jones on this one, I'm feeling. I really like this version of Black Dog. It started off strong and tight and precise, and then at the tail end, it's as if Jones kind of lost his footing. Or maybe they were just,
Thank you very much
making
indeed.
it up along, but that's how I felt, that he kind of lost it just a little bit in the tail end. What do you think? Even the great ones lose their footing sometimes. All right, y'all. Let's do a point break right here, man. And we'll, for the benefit of YouTube, break this up and see. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, a couple of parts will make it up. Hopefully, all of it. But you know, I've come not to expect that. So yeah, man. You know what? I really, really like this version of Whole Lotta Love. Comparing it to the measuring stick, as I call it, the song remains the same tracks. That version of Whole Lotta Love, I think, was longer and it had a little bit more in it. But I really, really like this one. How they started off, how they stretched it out in the middle. It sounded tight, precise all the way through. The audio quality was excellent. And I would really match it up against The Song Remains the Same version. What do you think of a spin-off, a matchup, if you will? You remember during my Artist of the Month series, sometimes I would encounter a tie, and then we would have a tiebreaker. You know, my patrons were doing the voting, and then doing the tiebreaker, I would have my bronze level patrons do the tiebreaker. You know, I've got the bronze level, silver level, and the gold level. And then it's the silver and the gold level that typically does the voting. And when I have a tie-breaking vote, then I'd have my bronze level patrons do the tie-breaking vote. That happened twice. And so I'm thinking, what about, tell me if you think this is a good idea. I am right now at the point where I'm wondering which version of Whole Lotta Love is better. And give me some feedback what you think is the better version of Whole Lotta Love. And if you think that perhaps a spin-off is warranted, where we do a back-to-back of each version of Whole Lotta Love, and then compare the two and see which one is better. That sort of thing. Something like that. It just occurred to me. Maybe it's a stupid idea, I'm not sure. Let me know what you think of that, because I really, really like this version of Whole Lotta Love. But I think that to really get an idea, I would have to hear each one back to back to be able to really, really decide. But anyway, that's just me. Maybe you're not interested in that shit. Let me know though. All right, so Point Break. Gonna top up. Well, I'm still pretty good. Hit the bathroom break, and then we'll come back and finish it off. See you in a bit. Okay, everybody, here we are, man, back again, and we're hitting up the last piece of Led Zeppelin's Seattle show in '75, and we've got two pieces left from this. This is a Communication Breakdown and then Heartbreaker. That's going to be a video unto itself, and then come on back after that, and we're going to hit up a review. All right. Been enjoying the hell out of this bootleg, man. Isn't this one of the best things to be doing on your holidays, man? Especially if you can't go anywhere. This is the shit to me. All right, Led Zeppelin, the last leg of their '75 Seattle concert. Let's get it. Jones is really going funky on the bass this second day around, isn't it? Is it me, or are they losing their footing just a little bit? I mean, the sound is fresh, crisper and all, but sometimes they're just a little bit off it.
10 years of baby boy, a person I know you. Best years of my life gone by, I'm alone and blue. Some people cry, some people die by the wicked ways of love. But I just keep on rolling along to the place of the Lord above. People talking all around and the way they left me flat. I don't care what the people say, I know what their job is at. Got to have on my mind. If I please you, the way you call me, not a bad thing. But I'm trying to make love. I got to make love. Do you believe me? I need to make love. Do you believe me? Do you believe me? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it, give it, give it, give it. Please, my never marry.
they're dropping on that ass. The solo was excellent, and then all of a sudden that thunderous drums comes in. That's the part I find that I'm waiting for of this song. But the riff is probably the sweetest part as well.
Thank you very much. Had a great time. Thank you. You've been fantastic. Seattle, good night. Mohammed Bonham. One of the most timid men in show business leaving the stage now. John Paul Jones. Jimmy Page. And the Red Rose.
Alright, y'all. So, there we have it, man. The Seattle show. What a great bootleg, holy. March 21st, Seattle, 1975. So it was a 2-night engagement, was it? I see clearly the difference between the 2 nights. In their sound, their delivery. Robert's voice was better on the second night. Their playing was a little bit more cohesive and tight on the second night. But with the set starting between a Whole Lot of Love and ending in Heartbreaker, Whole Lot of Love was the charm, man. It was sweet. And then I think Jones misstepped just a little bit at the tail end of Black Dog. And then they were just a touch on the choppy side with this last number. But, you know, hey, man. Even the great ones have a few missteps. Those missteps is what probably makes you damn great. But hey, overall, what an excellent, excellent show and a great quality bootleg. I'm not going to discount the bootlegs. I had a little bit of a apprehensive attitude towards them in the beginning. But yeah, you know, I've learned to trust my patrons and subscribers and what they're sending me. If you send me shit, I won't trust you again. But so far, You know, all of the Zeppelin stuff that I've been sent has been really, really good, man. So props to you guys for that. All right, Point Break. For the benefit of YouTube, once again, we'll cut this off here so I know where to edit, and then let's come back and hit up a review. See you in a sec. Okay, everybody, let's do a review, man. Seattle Show 1975, fantastic, man. A really, really excellent quality bootleg. And Led Zeppelin, always great, always great. Maybe not their absolute best, but you know what? Even mediocre Led Zeppelin is, we'll take it. You know what I mean? It's better than most. So, hey, this was a great show, man. Excellent. Where it comes to, I don't know, live performances, I would probably put it at a 7.5, something like that. To me, the song remains the same. It's still the measuring stick. Although, you've heard me say this before, this Whole Lot of Love sequence was really, really good. And I would definitely match it up to the Whole Lot of Love in The Song Remains the Same, and we'll see, what you guys have to say about it. I'm really turned on to the idea of doing a playoff, you know what I mean? A back-to-back of sorts. Let me know more about that down the road. So let's do a review, man. Let's see what we can learn here. So I've got two links. One sent to me by Finesse Muse. It's a review by reddit.com. And then the other one sent to me is the North American Tour 1975. So this Seattle concert, I guess, is a part of the whole string of North American tours. So I just want to read, let's read that first. And this is from Wikipedia. So Wikipedia does have a little information about it. Maybe not the specific Seattle show, but the overall North American tour in 75. So let's read the 2.5 paragraphs of that. And then we'll read the Reddit review, bootleg of the week, Seattle, Washington, Docs Ex Machina, new soundboard, Reddit review. So we'll read that, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 paragraphs. So a little bit of information there for sure. But let's start with a little bit of the Wikipedia overview of the 75 North American tour. The 1975 North American tour took place nearly 18 months after the conclusion of their previous concert tour, which was the longest break between concerts yet taken by the band. As a result, some critics have suggested that the band seemed sluggish and rusty upon their return to the stage, with the group lacking dynamics and giving rather heavy performances. To make matters worse, prior to leaving England for the tour, guitarist Jimmy Page suffered a broken ring finger after slamming his fingertip in a train door. This forced him to take painkillers and to develop a 3-finger playing technique during the first portion of the tour. In addition, Robert Plant contracted a bad case of influenza early in the tour, causing the cancellation of one show and negatively affecting his singing ability for much of the rest of the tour, leading to some unfavorable reviews. Wow. See, lots of pressure back then to perform and to fulfill those dates, even threatening the safety, your safety and your personal health. The music industry has so many crazy sharks in it, man. However, toward the end of the tour, it was noted that the group seemed to be recovering, leading to some memorable performances. Indeed, by the end of this series of dates, Plant himself stated that, quote, "This has been our most successful tour on every level, and I had a great time all the way through," unquote. All right, right on. Well, he seemed to be having fun, very, very personable, very, very engaging. I can't think off the top of my head of another rock and roll leading man that was so engaging with the crowd in between sets, in between songs. So another level of appreciation for Plant in my eyes right there. And again, I'm going back to that whole, I think, was it Evelyn? Evelyn and another subscriber, where they were talking about how Bonham had punched Plant in the face. And it's a good thing that they were really such good friends, because if Plant had quit the band at that point, they really would have been limping. Yeah, maybe they would have brought somebody in at that point to replace him, but it wouldn't have been the same. It would not have been the same Led Zeppelin. They would not have had that elemental grabbing of your soul element. You know what I'm saying? They need Plant for that. They need every single core member for that, and it would not have been the same. So we're lucky that he didn't leave the band at that point. Maybe he got back, he took revenge on Bonham in a different way. Who's to say? Alright, review by reddit.com. Let's do that, man. Bootleg of the week, March 21st, 75. Now, sorry, I don't know who is speaking here. I'm guessing it's one of the writers for this, or there may be independent writers, and they all have different articles. Who's to say? Okay, so after seeming to try to beat the Beatles' Let It Be, Guns N' Roses' Chinese Democracy, and the Beach Boys' Smile for the record of most delayed release of all time, the newest soundboard bootleg of Zeppelin is finally out. Is the wait worth it? I can answer that immediately with a resounding hell yes! Exclamation points. Zeppelin's tour of America in '75 got off to a rough start. Plant caught the flu at the very beginning of the first leg, causing him to sound very hoarse during the majority of the tour. In addition, Page broke a finger just before the tour got underway. In spite of this, the tour seemed to improve more and more as it went along, culminating in a hot streak in March along the West Coast. This show in Seattle, the second in 4 days, 4 days, is probably the apex of the whole tour. Why? Let's find out. Performance. Okay, so he's breaking it down. So, these are the categories he's breaking it down in. Performance, highlights, sound, best version. Okay, so those are the categories. So, let's see what he says about starting with performance. The first notable thing about this show is Plant's voice. Considering how dreadful he sounded in the January, early February shows, he's made quite the recovery. He's not back to his screaming like a banshee days, but his mid-range is definitely strong, and his voice barely cracks at all. Jimmy is no slouch either. Even though this tour is known as the beginning of him getting sticky fingers due to a combination of drugs, rustiness, and more challenging songs in the setlist, you wouldn't know it from this performance. He is consistently on fire throughout, constantly delivering on solos and riffs. Someone was saying that sometimes his solos go into kind of like an aimless mode. What do you think of that? Do you think that there is some legitimacy to that argument? Let me know. This is one of his best post 1973 shows. Jones is having a particularly good night as well. During long jams in particular, he seems to almost steal the spotlight away from Jimmy. I've felt that myself. I've said all the time during a Jimmy Page solo, I am constantly aware of what the bass is doing, so I'm not surprised. As soon as I read this, I'm immediately going back to the Lemon Song. When I first heard the Lemon Song, I was surprised at myself that even despite that great guitar solo piece and the guitar was the lead instrument, it seemed that the bass was sharing as much of the spotlight as the lead guitar, doesn't it? In my mind. I didn't want to say it because I was so new in my early Led Zeppelin walk that I didn't know what kind of backlash I was going to get, so I decided to bite my tongue. I don't bite my tongue anymore. But also on that album, Ramble On, that song is a John Paul Jones song, man, all the way through. Bonzo is also consistently on point, throwing in great fills at every opportunity. Just about a flawless performance for 75. Dropping all that thunder. Highlights. From the opening songs, It's clear that Plant's voice is in great shape. Even on rock and roll, his voice doesn't really crack at all. Page blazes through an excellent soloing during Over the Hills and Far Away. In My Time of Dying is incredibly powerful. The band sounds like an army marching off to battle during Kashmir. Really, really good way to put it. No Quarter, features an epic jam and a great guitar solo from Page. I think it's meant to say it features. The biggest surprise of the evening is a rare performance of Since I've Been Loving You, one of the 3 times it was ever performed in '75. No signs of rustiness are evident as the band turns in a highly dramatic rendition. Yes, and I remember asking you guys, is there another Led Zeppelin song performed live that has such passionate delivery? Let me know, maybe I'm forgetting. But yeah, whenever I think of Since I've Been Loving You, I mean, it's got its roots in the blues, the great solos and all of this sort of thing, but both the instrumentation, the musicianship, and the vocals, the delivery is powerful and passionate, don't you think? No signs of rustiness are evident as the band turns in a highly dramatic rendition. Trampled Underfoot is violently aggressive. It is, and it's a great dance song. I bet you everyone was dancing. The highlight of the evening, though, has to go to Dazed and Confused. And again, it's not going to be in this lineup because I've already reacted to it during my Dazed and Confused challenge. So check that out. That was from last week. The band gets into a hypnotic jam on For What It's Worth, Woodstock, and I Shot the Sheriff prior to the bow solo. The band, Page in particular, is absolutely on fire during the amazing guitar workout. Page solos wildly through twists and turns, while the rest of the band races along as frantically as they can. This guy's writing is killing me. Yeah, because I've said it myself, man, that I give these guys props just for being able to keep up with Page. And, they sometimes kind of go off and do their own thing, and then they come back together in a thunderous drop. Whenever the guitar does something great, the drums does something great, I mean, what would Led Zeppelin be without the 2 Johns? I'm telling you, man, they are the glue of Led Zeppelin. They are the secret elixir of Led Zeppelin. Page needed these 3 guys to achieve his vision. The outro jam is amazing in of itself. A 40-minute epic, one of the longest and best ever. Certainly the best Dazed and Confused of '75. Yeah, I wouldn't argue that. Stairway to Heaven features an amazing epic guitar solo from Page, one of the best ever as well. Whole Lotta Love features a rendition of The Crunch prior to an epic theremin freakout. Yeah, man, that matchup, it's starting to turn me on, the idea of that spin-off between this version of Whole Lotta Love and The Song Remains the Same, back-to-back, man. Let me know what you think about that. Plant's voice is very strong during Black Dog. Communication Breakdown is ferocious and nasty, and is immediately followed by a blazing heartbreaker, finally bringing the evening to an end. A marathon 3.5-hour performance, one of the best ever. If you can have only one show from '75, make it this one. Alright. Okay, and so sound. The tape is a fantastic soundboard recording, crystal clear and well balanced. The crowd comes across quite well for a soundboard. Jones's bass is a bit loud in the mix, and there is a bit too much swishing top end on Bonzo's drums, but these are nitpicks at worst. Apart from a slight cut in Moby Dick, along with a couple of others that cut out a bit of Plant's banter here and there, the performance is completely preserved. It's one of the best soundboards I've ever heard for the band. Quite amazing. I don't remember a slight cut in Moby Dick. I'll take his word for it though. Best version. Empress Valley's Deus Ex Machina is the current best version of this show, since it's the only one that's a soundboard. This could very well change with time, but you can't go wrong with it, of course. Okay, and that is the review from reddit.com. And sorry, it's not telling me who wrote the review. It's just titled Bootleg of the Week, Seattle, Washington, March 21st, 1975. Review by reddit.com, but it's not giving me the actual writer. Good review, man. Really good review. Well written. All right, so again, thank you very much to Finesse Muse, man. Thank you for suggesting this and sending me the link for it. I was going to go straight to the official releases, and the next one being Nebworth, but you talked me into it. Some people had an issue with it. Yeah, why the hell are you reacting to a bootleg? It's not, it's not an official. Why? So hey, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. I think I have the time. So that's basically the answer, is that I think that I had the time to do it. So why not slip it in? So what I'm going to try to do is hit up Nebworth after this, and then the O2. That's the plan. So if time does not allow me to do both, then it's going to go straight to the O2, because the reason being is that I want very much to drop the O2 on Christmas Day, midnight of the 25th. Midnight, I'm on the West Coast, so it's going to be midnight West Coast time on the 25th, man. That's my plan. If I don't think that I can make it, I'll kind of give you a little update and let you know that. But that's my intention, that's my goal, that's my focus. And if I have to drop Nebworth and do Nebworth after the O2 to make sure that gets done, that gets done. But it's the 25th, midnight of the 25th. That's what I'm planning on doing for the O2, just so you guys know. That's the plan. But yeah, I think that I'll be able to squeeze Nebworth in there beforehand, man. That's the focus. So yeah, man. Oh yeah, and by the way, do you guys have some decent links to send me of Nebworth and the O2? If you've got some great links to send me, please send it to me. That'd be great, man. All right. And what else do I have going on here? Well, aside from that, I have other fulfillments, of course. I've still got some reactions owing to my patrons that I'm late on, and I should by the end of December, I should be caught up with all of my reactions owing to my patrons. Definitely, the focus is the unofficial artist of the month being Led Zeppelin. So once I get past the O2 and I do a few more fills in the O2, what I mean by that is I've got another, I believe I have 2 Dazed and Confused challenges. I might actually add that spin-off if you guys think it's a good idea. I really like the idea of doing a spin-off back-to-back with the Whole Lot of Love. And I might try and fit in... why the hell can I never remember this shit, man? Oh, jeez. It might get loud. Jimmy Page, Jack White, and The Edge. So, but before that, though, there is an interview I got to see. Evelyn's got me hype as shit about this interview. It's David Letterman, so it's after the O2. So those are what I want to fill in. Those are my plans for Led Zeppelin for the rest of the month. And then going into the new year, I'm just going to continue doing some of the challenges, some of the live shows and bootlegs that you might have for me. I know that there's still a couple of Led Zeppelin tracks that you've sent me that I haven't gotten to, that supposedly I haven't heard yet. And then there's their solo works. So I want to be starting all of that in the new year. So it's going to be sprinkled. There isn't going to be so much of a focus on a timeline sequence anymore as much. The timeline sequence was a little bit more important this year, leading up to what I call the Holy Grail being the O2. And then after that, everything else, then after the O2, there's also, it might get loud. But into the new year, it isn't going to be such a focus on the time line sequence anymore. I'll just basically react to whatever a Led Zeppelin fan wants to share with me, pretty much. Okay, so that's my whole, I'm giving you an outline for my whole next year, man. All right, so that is my reaction and review of this excellent bootleg, man. Great bootleg. Finesse, you did good, brother. So thank you very much for that. Everyone, I hope you enjoyed this. This is a long-ass reaction. It's probably going to be, well, with this review, I'm sure it's going to be hitting close to 4 hours. So, but expect the same shit. Expect the same shit for Nebworth, and definitely the same shit for the O2. Actually, also for It Might Got Loud. Same format, you know, from my lazy boy, sucking back my sugarcane rum coffee. That's how we're going to do it with these long-ass reactions. Anyway, have a good one. Have a safe holiday season. Next time you see me will be in a day or two, and it's going to be probably Nebworth and then the O2. If I get a decent link, if I get a link or whatnot, and I have the time, it'll be Nebworth for sure. All right, take care, and I'll see you soon. Peace.